This is Bobby Shanks, owner of Shanks Realty Group, right here in the magnificent city of St. Louis, located in a suburb called Imperial, Missouri. I have with me as my co-host today, Ian, the Jedi Master.
What's up?
Brown. You like it when I call you Jedi Master, or is it annoying?
It doesn't bother me at all.
I actually have you in my phone as Jedi Master. Ian is Ian appears on here on our show every once in a while. Dawn is out today because she's got some other things going on. And Ian is actually the producer of this show, as well as doing all things marketing related for Shanks Realty Group. I love having you on here, man.
Yeah, we do this once a year.
Yeah, we should do it more often.
Yeah, whenever Donna can't make it.
So okay. I don't know. I hate to be so cliche and talk about the weather.
It's awful here today.
God, it's so cold. Ugh. Like, I want to go home.
Yeah, I'm ready to crawl in bed and
I just
hibernate for a week.
Like a fireplace, some hot cocoa with some Baileys or some rum chata. And to hell with this. Like, it's already gloomy outside and it's not even, I don't know, what is it, 4 o'clock or something? Ugh.
Yeah, it's
so
I'm ready to hibernate for a week.
Oh my gosh. This is just like, I don't even want to go hunting in this weather. Ugh. Well, on a lighter note, why don't we talk about the spring market?
Okay.
So not to make everything all real estate-y all the time on here, but really interesting. I've actually had a very busy January, and it looks like spring is going to hit in February this year, like from a real estate perspective. Not, well, like you want to know when spring hit last year? July.
Yeah.
Because of all the interest rates, right? See, now everybody's like, okay, the sky's not falling after all. And now everybody that waited, here they are.
Yeah. I almost feel like there was a confusion period last year.
Yeah, that's actually a great way to say it.
Everyone was just like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And eventually we figured it out and we're good to go.
If you wait and see, eventually the seeing will become the believing.
Yeah.
And, the interest rates did this and did the whole thing like they did over a decade ago, and even a couple little blips in the middle. But, rates are steady. There's still, I don't know what like this time last year, there was like 10 buyers for every house on the market. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's not like that now, but it's still probably 5 buyers for every house. I mean, I'm talking reasonable houses here, not fixer-uppers. I'm talking just good old everyday houses. So
it sounds like you're still getting multiple offers on properties.
Yeah.
And things, so,
Yeah. So anyways, I'm looking forward to that. Not as much as I'm looking forward to actually having some spring weather. Yeah. Speaking also of spring, if you or someone is interested in a career in real estate, I hope you'll have them give me a call. I actually have 3 people in real estate school right now. One of them being my own son. So I'm super pumped about that. And he's doing great. He's already doing property acquisition and some other things for Shanks Realty Group. And but now he's going to have just a good old-fashioned everyday real estate license with the state of Missouri. Mm-hmm. And so you'll probably be seeing a little more of him. Yeah, and then our other 2 brilliant ladies, who are both of which are doing pretty radical career moves. Mm-hmm. Are going to be coming on board here in the next few weeks as well. So stay tuned for that.
I have to say, real estate is one of those businesses. If you want to get in it, like, you need to go talk to someone and ask the question and have them guide you through it.
Yeah.
So in every other career, you go on Indeed or ZipRecruiter or the company's website, you tailor your resume to what that job title is.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw this hilarious thing where what you do is you copy the requirements of the job posting, you put it at the bottom at like 1 point font, and you make it white. So when the thing
it's like old school SEO except for paper,
exactly,
like PDF.
And so when ZipRecruiter or Indeed funnels through, it matches all the keywords to whatever's on the resume, and then your resume will probably go up. Is that
ethical? I mean, all's fair in love and war, but I mean, look, honestly, I'm a rule bender. I'll be the first one to say I will bend a rule until it's ready to snap, but I won't break a rule, but I'll bend one.
Well, I think in my opinion, as long as you are not completely lying about the abilities that you have. So for example, like you might put on your resume that I have marketing experience, but they're looking for digital marketing experience, something like that.
You know, I'm getting a little nervous when my marketing guy is talking about how much he knows about resumes.
The funny thing is,
don't leave me.
I saw this on TikTok, actually.
Okay. So I saw where else would you see something like that?
You know this about me. I was a recruiter in my former life.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So in a former life, I was in recruiting. And so I get the little TikToks about being a recruiter and stuff like that. And they make me laugh, you know? Yeah. It's like people who used to work in like construction and, you know, you still feel like a construction worker, and you probably, when a joke comes up about construction workers or something, you still get the joke, you know? So that's how it is with me. So, but what I'm saying is it's hilarious. I think you're not breaking a rule if you're just kind of making sure that you get seen, versus like if you're qualified for the job and you're just making sure your resume gets seen, I don't see a problem with that, you know? That's all I have.
It reminds me, I saw a meme. Oh, my mom sent this to me. So it shows an interviewer. Okay, it's a text meme, so there's no pictures.
Yeah.
But so follow along in your, act out the play in your head. So it's an interviewer sitting at a conference room table, and the interviewer asks the candidate, I see there's a 4-year lapse in your employment. Have you seen this one?
No.
4-year lapse in employment. Can you explain that? And the candidate says, I went to Yale. And the interviewer says, congrats, you're hired. And then the candidate says, thanks, this should be a great job. And they misspelled job.
That's hilarious.
There's a lot of that going on. I'll tell you what, I did hear this morning. One of the very few times I've actually watched the news in the morning. There are 2 people for every job offering in the United States right now.
Interesting.
As an average, of course.
So plenty of jobs out there. But to make my point again real quick, if you want to become a real estate agent, or if you want to be in real estate, go talk to someone in real estate who has experience and is a broker or something like that. And then they can kind of guide you on how to get everything done. Whereas like I said, every other job, you just put your resume in, you sign up, you sit down with the hiring manager. Like there's no interview with a real estate, really, you know?
Not really. It's more of a consultation,
and it's also more of a like get to know you and see if you're going to be a good fit here, and less of like, oh, do you have the qualifications or the skill set necessary to do this job I need you to do?
I'll tell you what. Every single person, potential realtor that I have interviewed to come to Shanks Realty Group, and I'm weird like this.
Yeah.
You'll never hear of another broker that does this. I will actually tell that candidate, you should go interview at other places.
Yep.
And it has happened. I mean, they still come back here, but kind of bragging a little bit, I suppose. But yeah, don't just interview at one place. You should shop around, right?
Yeah. But especially if you're new into real estate, like you can't find a better resource. You know, just message.
Thanks for pointing it.
Well, I'm saying, like you just message and then you can guide them from there, even if this isn't the right place for them or whatever. Or maybe they want to be a real estate investor, not necessarily an agent. Yeah. So you can still kind of guide them in the right direction.
Believe it or not,
whatever,
I'm actually recruiting, and I hate that word. I hate the word recruiting. Ugh. It's like telling somebody to go vote. I just did the choke symbol on television. Oh, well. It's like telling somebody to go vote. Okay. I'll go vote.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like begrudging. I don't recruit. I'm a relationship manager, and I am actually talking to a couple of licensees, people that are licensed by the state of Missouri, but it's strictly for their own book of business, and they're both investors. And we have room for that here at our brokerage.
Well, what I also have to say is you, for lack of a better term, probably have everyone's phone number in your
I have
your contacts.
17,000 phone numbers and names in my phone.
If you really wanted to, you could take that contact book and call almost every agent in St. Louis and say, hey, I've got I can give you a better
better plan, whatever.
Yeah, I can give you
better
this
split, better cap, whatever.
Yeah, I can give you this, I could give you that, or whatever. And then next thing you know, 50 agents work here, but I don't think you want to roll like that.
No. Boy, this could be a really fun conversation. So recruiting in terms of how real estate, especially franchise, big house, big store brokerages whose names will not be provided on the show, they actually recruit. Like they have people like miniature call centers in a local market where they just call. And to me, I hate to say this. It's like a dating app. It's forced, right?
Yeah.
It's not organic. I didn't meet you at the gym or at the basketball court or church or, but it just feels just like super synthetic.
Yeah.
And so the way that we do our relationship management and acquire newer agents here in our office is it's through this channel. It's through word of mouth, and we do have a growth plan in place, and we're doing great. Well, I'm happy with it.
The reason that's also important to know is the way this business operates versus any other box brokerage is completely different. Like box brokerage is going to give you a checklist of things, everything you need to do. They're going to require you to answer the phones for X amount of time. They're going to require you to.
It's going to feel like a job.
Like you're going to be like
they strip the entrepreneurial spirit out of it, and I think and
then you start working for other agents to do their open houses and stuff like that. Which
I don't want to do that.
It's a great way to start, but like here you might offer, hey, do you want to do my open house? But if the agent says no, it's not like, oh well, you're fired.
Well, here's a little known fact, or I don't know, or how about this fun fact? Any agent that works here at Shanks Realty Group gets mentored directly by me. Mm-hmm. There's no watch this computer-based training. There's no spend X amount of dollars per month to, have this coach in California. Like it's right here. It's in-house, it's homegrown, it's grassroots. The boots are tall, and we do it right here. Mm-hmm. And I have agents that go on appointments with me. I go on appointments with them. If an agent has a question at 9-10 o'clock at night, as long as I'm not like this on my sofa, you can call me or text me. I would say I hear from one of my agents almost every single late afternoon or night.
Yeah. And it's usually
it's just part of it. It's part of my job.
It's usually you in an advisory thing, not a
absolutely.
Where's my check? It's more of like, hey, I need.
Oh, it's always helpful. Yeah. It's very, I guess this is a good word. It's very sort of family.
Yeah.
And like I don't practice, political correctness with my team. Mm-hmm. I don't, and try to shove the letter of the law down their throat. In other words, I don't do the black and white game. You go to a big box store, you got to play the black and white game. I do the color game. So, I tell people what it's like in reality.
And for example, this office is here in Arnold, Missouri. I live in Cottleville, Missouri, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away from here, which depending on, traffic and stuff at different drive times. There's agents that live out further than I do. There's agents that live all over, and there's no like every Tuesday we get together and we have a mandatory meeting in the office to talk about blah, 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 blah. Yeah. We're not going to have, there's not.
Reminds me of Office Space.
And
TPS reports.
And there's also not people coming in that you're inviting in to sell to your agents.
No.
which happens at a lot of big brokerages
Yeah.
where, they have vendors from this XYZ real estate sales company that wants to come in and then sell to the agents. And
and they're not even from the state.
Yeah.
A lot of times they're just unfamiliars, and people don't like, I don't care if you're the most robust extrovert on the planet. People don't like unfamiliarity when it's thrown at them.
So, and I think that's important, that there's no like, you're required to be here at this time every Tuesday unless otherwise, or Wednesday or Thursday or Saturday or whatever it may be, because people have lives, like we're doing this on our normal time slot a little bit later, but like last week we did kitchen talk on Thursday because people had appointments and people are out doing business and stuff like that. So there's a lot of flexibility that comes with this that you can't really find at larger brokerages. And,
so this is something I have thought about, but I've never talked about. And simply this, most of the realtors, actually, I think every one of them that work here chose to work here because they know that they're going to be supported, listened to, loved, and provided for, and kind of protected here a little bit too, without getting all of the other crap that they don't care about. These are, I've got agents here that are part-time. They have other jobs. And like one lady works in a pharmacy. She's got a specialty pharmacy. Like she's kind of got a big job.
Yeah.
But real estate's kind of her
hours.
It's her side hustle, and she's got a great network of people, and she does good business. And I could say something about everybody that works here, but people like that. Not everybody wants to be the mega superstar, rock star real estate agent that does, 25 million a year or 100 million a year, whatever it is. Some people just want to have a little retirement money, college money, vacation money, their own money, divorce money, marriage money, whatever.
Yeah.
And we show them how to get there.
And also, I think it's important, if you have that other job and you're not ready to jump off the ledge, for lack of a better term, into real estate,
knowing how to transition is important.
Like that transition can be really taken care of here, because you're not going to have a broker calling you, where's your 10 leads this month, or where's this, how many calls did you make? And it's like, you have a 9-to-5 job, then you might also have a family, you might also have a kid, and then you also have a hobby that just is your favorite thing in the world to do, that you want to do on the weekends. And real estate can be fit into those little cracks, and then eventually take over that other occupation as you grow it and see fit.
And I have mentored those people. There was one lady that I mentored many years ago. She was moving from out of state, and it's a long story. It's obviously a very confidential story, so it's not going to be shared here. But she actually became a top producer and still is, and loves her life, and met the greatest man on the planet, and they have a wonderful home, wonderful life. And it's just whatever you want to do.
But I think that is really important of what you're trying to build here. Is it's very much a come as you are and then bring your best stuff environment. So you don't expect more than what someone can give you, but when they are giving, you expect 100%.
Yeah. So boy, we've really expanded on this topic.
But I think it's
more
important.
than we probably ever have, which is, I agree. It's a good thing. So let me just offer, if you're someone interested in a career in real estate, specifically real estate sales, but also if you're interested in becoming an investor, you need to understand how financing works when you don't have, millions of dollars, that sort of thing. Absolutely give us a call. But if you're interested in a career in real estate sales specifically, I have a little, consultation that I do. It takes about an hour, but I call it 10 to 1. And that is, I can, in 10 minutes, I can show you what your first year in real estate is going to look like by asking some certain questions. I've been doing this for almost 2 decades. I know this stuff. Do I know this stuff? you give me 10 minutes of your time, I will predict and forecast for you what your first 12 months in real estate is going to look like with pretty high degree of accuracy. On a lighter note,
we don't advertise that one very much, but
no, I've never talked about it before.
But
it's kind of a secret sauce that we have here at Shanks Realty Group, and I don't want everybody to know about it.
Yeah. Cool.
But if you tell somebody, hey, if I give you 10 minutes of my time, you give me 10 minutes of your time, and I can tell you what the next 12 months of your looks like, of your year, life looks like, that's kind of enticing.
Yeah.
Somebody might want to go to Starbucks and sit down and hear that. So call me. On a lighter note, Kogan, my son, finished his house, went on the market. Stupid weather hit.
Yeah.
So it's Tuesday. It's been on the market since Sunday, but it's just now getting showings today. I think we're up to like 15 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so it's going to click fast. But I bring that up to say this.
That video did very well.
Yes,
on social media, it kind of blew up, which is really cool.
Did.
People. And just a teaser, we actually have another video out that's going to be telling more of the it's going to be more of the story of how you guys found the property to
it was all Kogan.
It's going to be telling the story of how it came about, because I think rehabbing is something a lot of people are interested in. Indeed. But they really have no idea what actually it takes or anything. So we're going to give you a very small, interesting snapshot into that world and what that really looks like.
Just think, now I'm going to paint with a really broad brush here. HGTV is a network that exists purely on the concept that there are so many American people, and I'm probably even outside of the States, that fantasize about rehabbing, remodeling, or flipping a house, that there's an entire probably billion-dollar network based upon feeding people those dreams.
And there's Chip and Joe have their own network now. They do. It's I think it's called Magnolia Network.
Oh, yeah. They've got their like 5 aisles in Target.
And there's another.
It's crazy.
And there's another. I think her name's something McGee. I don't know her actual name, but her and she's a little bit more of a like Chip and Joe are more like farmhouse, like rustic.
Yeah.
This person's a little more modern, but they're very similar. They're both like the contemporary design trends and stuff like that. But I think she actually has her own network now. So not only is there HGTV.
Well, let's build a network, Ian. That sounds like fun.
But there's 2 other like high profile designers that have their own network too.
Wow.
So there's
Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Martha Stewart Living.
Yeah.
Something like that. So if you or someone in your family, friends, coworkers, whatever, we need another home. And in fact, I would like to buy 2. Now, look, I'm not made of money here. I'm just a good old everyday, small town working hero, just like you. But I would like to buy a couple homes so I can kind of keep the work crew moving, right? Project to project, house to house. So we are interested in looking at homes. We are making cash offers. So if you know somebody that would like a above wholesale price offer, okay? Because when you call the other guys that have all the billboards with the little caveman, you're going to get a wholesale offer, which is going to be
the WeBuyHouses.com
people. Yeah, I was going to try not to say the name.
Well,
but okay. So now that you said that, I'm not going to say the other thing, but let's just say our offers on average are higher than their offers or any corporate institution like them.
Fair enough.
And we pay cash, and we can close in as little as 4 or 5 days if it needs to be. So let us know. Call me, text me, direct message me. Let me know if you have any homes that need to be looked at and rehabbed. Okay, last thing.
Okay.
So whenever we do our little company outings, I like to go to Topgolf. And we've been there, a couple times. And so I met a friend last night at Topgolf.
Okay. Last night.
That's
a little cold.
It was cold.
That's a little cold.
But I have to say, the wind wasn't blowing right in,
Mhm.
otherwise it would have been unbearable. So there was very little wind. They have their little space heaters up above that did a pretty fantastic job. But here's something really funny. And I'm bringing this up because I think you would know the answer because you're basically a pro golfer, right?
Close enough.
But compared to me, you are.
Close enough.
Do they radiate those balls?
Radiate.
Like a hockey puck, how you can follow a hockey puck around on the screen, right? Because they radiate the puck, some sort of radiation.
There's a very small chip in the middle of the golf ball.
Ah,
that's how.
Well, the cold weather affects that chip because, like, we were hitting nowhere near the target, and it was going in. And there were other times, like, we weren't just rolling, like it was dropping right in the bucket, and it shows the ball rolling like 40 feet outside of the so it just made it impossible to keep score. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm bringing this up. It's wintertime. People are grouchy. People need sunlight. And I'm at the top of all of the grouchy lists when it comes to wintertime blues. That was fun. And I'll tell you what, I would do it again. And it was 18 degrees last night.
Random question here. But do you tip more in cold weather? And the reason I ask, because there's a coffee company called 7 Brew Coffee that opened right down the street from where I live.
Okay.
And we frequent there every now and then.
7 Brew.
It's amazing. It's better than Starbucks. I don't like coffee, but I will drink their coffee. It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
But here's my question. So at this place, the people who take your order, they stand outside. And so this morning, if you go through 7
like
Brew,
Chick-fil-A?
And
do they have like a little hut or anything?
Well, they have a little heater that stands above them, but that's it.
Okay.
And they have a little awning and a little heater. So let's say it's 16 degrees outside. It's maybe 35 where they're standing. So it's a little warmer, but they are standing out in the cold. And
that's Midwest values right there, baby.
I
like it.
Tip a little more.
I would tip more.
Because they're standing out in the cold. Same thing with Chick-fil-A. Like, they don't take tips, but if they did, and some poor 16-year-old kid is standing outside and there was an option to tip that kid, I don't carry cash, so I can't like hand him a dollar bill or a couple bucks or whatever. But like I would tip extra or more so because they're working in those adverse conditions than I would normally. Personal thing, but I don't know. What do you think about that?
My answer is yes. I would tip more for that person. Now, having said that, I've got a statement and then a backfire question.
Okay.
My statement is this. I always tip 20%, period.
Okay.
If you bring my food cold, it's the wrong order, you don't fill my glass, and you call me every name in the book, I'm still going to tip you 20%.
Yeah.
I'm just quirky like that. I believe in humanity. I believe in the goodness of people. And I know that in order for good people to be as good as they are, sometimes they've just got to have stinky, rotten, filthy days where their dog gets run over, their wife leaves them, their car gets broken into.
Yep.
And I'm just like, you know what? I just want to be the guy that gives just a little love back.
Yeah.
You know? All right. So there's my comment. Here's my backfire. What about delivery people? Now, I don't mean the FedEx guy, okay, where they come and go, but I'm talking like you buy something from Lowe's, like a refrigerator, and those guys and gals bring it to the house, and your driveway, Jefferson County, is like this, and there's ice, and they not only have to drag it through the 2 inches of snow, then up the stairs, and then into the kitchen, and then install it.
So
how do you tip that guy?
I have
some thoughts.
I live on the 3rd floor. Okay.
Oh.
And the person that lives across they just moved out, but the person who lived directly across from me, on a pretty consistent basis, did Instacart. So, and this was like a family of 4. So think of a family of 4's groceries, someone having to drive up, load up 30 bags full of heavy groceries, carry them up and down the stairs, also have to go to the store and either pick them up for you or pull up and then load them into their car, drive them. And I always wondered, like, how much does this person really like? They should get tipped more than your standard DoorDash that's only bringing you a Subway sandwich or whatever. Because Instacart, like,
it's very laborious.
They're doing your grocery shopping for you. And plus, like I said, I live on the 3rd floor with no elevator. So they're up and down that staircase maybe 3 to 4 times. And I'll tell you what, like, I go to Costco and get like 2 or 3 packs of like water. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it takes me a week to get that water in because I'm just like,
screw this.
Screw that. Like,
I'm not carrying that shit.
I'll get the first.
Sorry.
I'll get the first 3 in, and then I'm like, okay, that 4th one is gonna sit. There's one sitting in my car right now.
It's frozen.
Yeah, but the 4th one, it's just by that time I'm just exhausted. But if I ordered that same thing and had it delivered, that person has no choice. They are lifting all 4 of those, carrying them all up. And also, I don't know if that person has a physical impairment or a physical ability. The physical ability to actually,
I mean, they could have
I don't know,
a sprained ankle.
Yeah, I have no idea. And
okay, I love this topic. Love it.
I'm making sure our stream is still going.
Okay, make sure we're still live. Good.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so I believe that, and I definitely want people to comment on this. I would love to hear what people have to say. So in the aforementioned scenario where I said, 2 men in a truck bringing the brand new refrigerator up through the yard, through the snow, through the winding landing, up the stairs because it's a raised ranch or whatever, and then unboxing it, installing it, right, and sliding it in, and then saying sign here. So at that moment, whether I have $1,000 refrigerator or a $3,000 or a $5,000 refrigerator, how much should I tip those 2 men, if at all?
I would say, let's say it took them 3 hours to, I would say from the moment they get to your house, you start a timer. And let's say it took 3 hours.
Oh, I think a refrigerator delivery install is going to take 30 minutes.
Okay.
Assuming the water lines.
Then let's add on the drive time, etc. So let's say whatever. Just come up with some sort of time measurement.
Let's say it's an hour.
Okay. And then I would give them an hourly, what I think.
Okay.
So like,
that's very similar to what I do, but your logic is not what I was doing. But now that I will think about that, I would tip those 2 gentlemen $20 a piece.
Okay. That's what I was thinking is like,
and I feel that that's generous.
And I was thinking $20 an hour. So I was thinking like, if it took them 2
so
hours,
$20 for both of them.
Yeah.
But I give them both 20s.
Yeah. So basically, if that took 2 hours, I would hand them each 40. Fair enough. That's how I would look at it.
Okay.
Like it definitely is not a percentage of the item in question. Because like, for example,
right.
Amazon, their delivery drivers, they get worked to death. But
yeah, it shows on my camera.
But
they do not look happy most of the time.
But their hourly rate is sometimes double or triple what every mom and dad sitting at their office makes at certain points. Like they pay pretty darn well. I don't know the exact figure, but I've seen some people who have worked for Amazon making videos, and they basically say like, you make really good money. Like, trust me, you're going to line your pockets, but you're going to be miserable while you're doing it. So with that being said,
that's not good.
Amazon, I think the little like carts where you like put little Gatorades and stuff during like busy seasons and stuff, I think that's proper for that. But for like a big money, ticket install or something, someone's coming to your house and putting a treadmill together for you.
Ooh.
Like you go to Dick's Sporting Goods, like that treadmill could take 6 hours.
And that's if you get it up to the 3rd floor.
Yeah. And well, I mean, I wouldn't order
those things are heavy.
I wouldn't order a treadmill into my apartment, but hopefully it won't be in that apartment much longer. But
hopefully,
yeah. With that being said, like, let's say you just put this treadmill in your basement. These guys with their straps and or just their bare hands, have to haul that down, unbox the whole thing, put it together, and then that takes 3 hours. I would give them 10 to, I think a tip would be 10 to 15 bucks, 20 bucks an hour.
So people are not used to seeing you and I, and this type of banter is what gets you and I fired up.
Yeah.
So you said something and it made me think of something.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a client here recently that, technical difficulty. So I had a client here recently that had a very nice commercial treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not talking, the $1,000, $2,000 treadmill from Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm talking a commercial gym treadmill. And it was in a bedroom, or maybe it was the basement. I guess I don't remember for sure. The treadmill was probably worth, even used, $1,000, $500, $1,500, I don't know. It was worth something. But a lot of times, in order to sell stuff like that, you can't sell it. You have to give it away, but they have to come and get it. So the question is, if it's worth $1,000 and somebody comes and gets it and hauls it away and you give it away for free, well, what if you were paying that person to come get it and dispose it for you? How much would you pay that person? How much would you tip them?
0, because the value that you're giving them.
No, I know, but what if you paid that person to just make it disappear? Like they're not taking it home, they're taking it to the dump,
I think that's an hourly thing. I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't think that's a tip.
What do you think general labor is right now per hour? Like reasonable? No, I don't mean
25 to 40 an hour, I would guess.
Oh, well, I would say from a union standpoint for sure. A union GL, $25 an hour. All
because if you want to say average, then the union's going to be the vast majority, and that's going to bring the average up. But if you're non-union, probably 15 to 20. If I had to guess, I have no idea. Yeah. I'm not privy to that information, but last question.
All of that's okay. Yeah, hit it.
Last question. So I'm actually in the market for something on Facebook Marketplace. Okay. And there are people who are selling what I want, but they're in the middle of nowhere, Missouri.
I know where you're going with this. I've been in that boat.
The middle of nowhere, Illinois. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now they want the same amount of money.
Yep.
For
even though they live in a town of 30 people,
and the people
and nobody wants what they have,
and no one wants what they have.
Right.
So I'll message them and say, hey, I have to drive. I don't say this, but I'll say, there's a significant drive here. I'm assuming you have a very limited market around you. I don't say this, but
but they can read between the lines.
But I basically say, I'll come and get it for half of what you're asking for it. And every single time they kind of give me this, I have offers. And then I check.
I don't have to sell it.
But then I check back. But I check back a month later and they still haven't sold it. And it's still the same price. And I'll message them again. It's the
wait and see game. Yeah. Just like in real estate right now. We're right back to where we started all.
But also it's fair enough because I've sold things on Marketplace where I was like, I don't really care if I sell this or not. It'd be nice to get $400 for it.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of putting it out there. If somebody wants it, they come get it. That's what it's worth to me. Fair enough. So I'm not. But, this is a heavy item and it's a very niche item.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not something that is it's not in demand. It's not a huge demand type of item.
Mm-hmm.
So where I'm coming from is they're probably going to sit on this for another year and a half unless I just come out and just get it for them and I give them $200 instead of the $400 they want.
So anecdote.
Yeah.
Related to this topic. So this past summer, I downsized, moved into a home 75% smaller than the one I moved out of.
Yeah.
And Kogan, who was a Facebook marketplace genius, He finds 2 very nice, like nicer than what I have upstairs, leather sofas. You know, with the rivets and the toggles and like not like Ashley furniture type quality.
Yeah.
For free. All he had to do was go get them. Now here's the fun part.
He brought them home.
He sold them
for
$750.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, dude, you could if you were hardcore, especially if you could afford some big ticket items like cars or tractors or airplanes or bobcats or whatever. You can make a pretty significant living on Marketplace.
You know what's really big right now? It's called retail arbitrage. There's people, they have these scanner apps and they go into Ross and TJ Maxx and like all these like kind of discount stores.
The discounters.
They just go scan and it pulls up what the item is selling for on Amazon. And then they go, or it gives you an average price. And then you put in your price on what you would pay for it. So you have to include taxes. So let's say it's a $10 item. It's selling for $30 on Amazon. You put in $12.50 on your app and it says minus Amazon seller fees, minus shipping, minus every blah, 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 blah. Here's your profit. Here's your $4.50 profit. And then let's say there's 10 of them there. You buy all of them, you ship them, you package them, you sell them, you ship them to Amazon, and there's a $50 bill sitting in your.
I think if somebody, boy, that just sounds like a lot of work.
But so,
and I'd love to work. Like I would rather buck hay than do that job, and bucking hay is miserable.
Yeah.
But for the right person who loves to shop and organize and like do that stuff, dude, that could be a money making machine.
And I'll tell you what the whole like the real value is you have to have like 50 products.
Yeah.
Like if you're waiting for
from dish soap to car oil,
you got to have everything,
stuffed animals,
because you could buy that shirt and it never sells and you're out that money. But if you have 30 other products and everything's selling in different capacities,
that would be something fun for my daughter and I to do. I wonder if I could get her interested in that, because she's a self-starter. She's very entrepreneurial.
We'll save this maybe for another time, but you asked me about user-generated content. I can go for hours on that as well. So,
yeah, well, how long have we been talking?
I don't know, probably 40 minutes.
All right. Okay.
Let's
wrap this up. Hey, love you guys. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Hey, Ian, thanks for coming in, stepping in for little Miss Donna, who couldn't make it today. And same bat time, same bat channel. We will see you next week. Cheers.